Difference between soldering and brazing. What is soldering? Soldering is a method in which two or more objects are linked together by smelting and placing an additive material into the joint, the additive metal having a lesser melting point. Soldering is a major method in the making of electronic tools. Soldering permits electronic components to be coupled electrically and also found in place. Therefore, soldering is at the center of electronics production and manufacture for the collector and supporter or student, along with for business establishments manufacturing electronic tools on a large scale. While soldering utilized in a range of different businesses as well as the sanitation business, used to join pipes and seal or cover them to stop water leaking out, and it used in the jewelry business between others, it is basic to the electronics manufacturing. There are diverse methods used for microscaled and mass-scale soldering. Labor-based schemes cannot use for huge-scale production, where a high level of mechanization is required to deliver the output needed. Whereas small-scale manufacture for commercial initiatives requires soldering systems that do not need the large-scale capital and setup required for bulk production. What is brazing? Brazing is a method for connecting two portions of metal that comprise the utilization of heat and the adding of filling metal. This assistant material, which has a minor temperature of melting than the metals to be allied, moreover prearranged into the link as the portions or parts are heated, the temperature of the liquefied stuffing or filling be used. Brazing over 800 degrees Fahrenheit, 430 degrees Celsius. Brazed links or joints are generally more solid than soldered links. Brazing can be carried out or done on most metals, and the variation of current brazing mergers is increasing as new blends, and new provision desires introduced. Heating by the torch in the air is suitable, delivered the joint effectively fluxed. A comprehensive brazed joint can attain by the filler and parent materials should be metalwork well matched, and the joint design should combine a gap into which the melted brazed plaster or filler derived by wick or capillary forces. The imperative or needed combined gap is reliant on many aspects, comprising the brazing atmosphere and the structure of the base substantial or material and brazes alloy. Soldering versus brazing. Soldering is used to link two or more metal things together through filler solder material, and brazing distinct as the connection of two or more metal things to produce a combination of material. Whereas soldering accomplished at a temperature lower than 200 degrees Celsius, and brazing accomplished at temperature preceding 450 degrees Celsius but under the risky or critical temperature of the metal. Soldering is assisted in electronics industries to a combined capacitor, resistor, wire, etc. to the electric hobs, while brazing assisted in mechanical industries to different joint metals. Soldering junctions are poor or weak than brazing junctions, and brazing provides a harder or powerful joint. Soldering is a cheaper process. On the other hand, brazing is a costly process. The soldering procedure is very lean and easier to mechanize, while brazing is not so easier for mechanization, completed at automotive productions. Main difference. The main difference between soldering versus brazing is that soldering is a technique of fitting together similar or dissimilar metals through a filler metal whose liquid temperature is high, and brazing is perfectly suitable for fitting together of dissimilar metals and done at relatively low temperature. Conclusion. Equally, soldering and brazing is the two more popular procedures used for connecting two or more parts of similar or dissimilar metals. Soldering uses filler compounds with melting temperatures under 450 degrees Celsius, 840 degrees Fahrenheit, while brazing performed at temperatures overhead 450 degrees Celsius. Please like, share and subscribe for more videos.